Here we are. This is the end or the beginning of many new projects and collaborations. I'm speaking about research. Don't worry, the ERB team, I'm not going to have a new idea tomorrow morning, so you can rest. So it's always difficult to close, right?
Thank you for being so
so
many
many.
of you are
Yeah.
still here at this time.
Our first thank you goes to all the local organizers, of course, within the Institute, but also of the two institutions that are supporting us and who have been supporting us for a very long time. The University of Tours, of course, but also the CNRS who couldn't be here at the opening and the closing, but they just sent me a few words, and I just want to thank the Institute for Ecology and Environment, who have been very, very supportive with human resources, money, and any kind of advice. So thank you to all. We'd like to thank also our regional partners, the region, of course, University of Orléans and INRAE, and 4 main labs that are working with insects, and all different partners that are supporting this event and numerous projects and events before. Of course, we want to thank all our sponsors. They have been very important for the budget and organizing events, side events. Thanks to all the exhibitors, and including local producers, and thanks to Umberto, if he's in the audience, for this amazing exhibition outside. And I hope it will inspire new art and science projects for all of you. Thank you.
So, you were a lot of people, so 1,381 people registered. That's enormous, and well, most of you are still here apparently, so it's great. You came from over 70 countries, and that shows that entomology is global. We made an effort to be inclusive in our meeting, and this is really reflected by with our participants who gave oral presentation and who gave posters. It's really quite level in terms of equality. We had 700 oral presentation, and that's enormous. And I'm sure every one of you was frustrated because you wanted to see 3 presentations at once. Well, I was very frustrated because I only saw the presentation in the session I chaired. So I think I count myself lucky that I had a chair session, because otherwise, as organizer, I don't think that David saw any presentation at all for once. There were over 500 posters. And we made an effort to have so many presentations and posters so that every one of you could show us the science. And for this, we designed 50 different symposia with so many different topics, some of them which had never been represented at ECE, and I think that makes a difference and hopefully inspire many of you to approach your discipline with a different angle or with different methods and new partners. In terms of, we had many challenges when we prepared the Congress, and a few sleepless nights, and I had a very good dreams not so long ago where I was playing a game, a board game, where I was playing the conference game, putting the posters here and who will be going up and down and in which room. It was a great game, but I was not expecting that. Normally I play with birds or fish or something like that. Yeah. Overall, this was 3 years of preparation for David and Aurélie. I only was involved for the last year. And the budget, well, maybe I'll let you talk about the budget.
That gave me a lot of sleepless nights. As you will see, most of the expenses come from renting the venue, but when we are so many, there are not so many choices. And that's an opportunity to thank all the technical staff of the conference centers that made an amazing job helping us before and during the conference. So I hope you enjoy the place, very central and fully equipped, even if it was a bit hot upstairs. So we had to improvise. But at least the childcare was on the not so hot side of the building, so they were fine. Catering, of course, you come to France, so you expect to eat well. So there were a few issues, but overall, I hope you enjoy the diversity. We worked only with local producers, local and timely products, and all the leftover were donated to local association, people who can't afford having food. So no one, I mean, not none, but very, very few was wasted. And then we had different other expenses. All the incomes, because there is no specific structures behind this conference, so almost all comes from registrations, and it was very important for us to keep it as low as possible, especially for young students. It's always too expensive, but we try to keep it very, very low. And then the Institute contributed a lot, of course, the sponsors and the exhibitors that we thank again. Unfortunately, like in many countries, public support from institutions just dropped dramatically, and that was not expected 3 years ago. And we do not make any profit out of it, so everything was just injected into the conference to make it yours and the more enjoyable
And friendly.
And friendly, yes, sure. So as it was mentioned in the introduction, there are many things to think about. Thank you for all the scientific committee that helped shape the program. As you may have noticed, it was a little bit biased towards France, but it was also an opportunity to showcase some of the most important labs working on insect in France, and this bias was corrected for the speakers that were truly international. And on the top, you see all the goals that we try to reach. Yeah, that was challenges, but thanks to everyone who was involved. What you liked during the conference, what you didn't like, we'll be very happy to read about it. That will just give us ideas, comments, and feedback for the next conferences and help to improve the way you attend this conference. In the introduction, we had goals that we talked to you about, and that's time to go back to see how it went. So we tried to explore, as Elizabeth said, many different areas, especially frontier science, but also the basic science that is historically in that Congress. So thanks again to the scientific committee and to everyone who organized this amazing symposia and workshop.
We haven't rehearsed this one. So one of the aspects we wanted to bring forward is how to make a societal impact and how to empower researchers to turn into evidence into action. So we had specific symposia for this. We had simple workshops to engage into European projects. And basically, it's our responsibility as a researcher to bring the evidence, the scientific evidence forward to make an impact into society. And one of the impacts we could have made, what we tried to lower, was our ecological footprint during the conference. So I don't know if you noticed that half the food that was presented for you was vegetarian. That was something that we really discussed right from the beginning with a caterer. And here in France, it's not the first thing that comes, and especially in Touraine, when you have lots of charcuterie, and it's quite difficult to tell people that, no, we just want a vegetable pie, you know? I said, okay. So that was one of the aspects. We had no waste in terms of glasses and cups for your coffee. So that was something that we was from the start with the catering and the choice of a catering company. What else? Yeah, many other things.
Well, so I know some of you were disappointed because there were no pens and notebook and everything, but we kept to the minimum the goodies and always thought about how we can recycle them. Like, for example, the sweater for the volunteers were not printed for the conference, but then we can reuse them after that. So yeah, we tried at least. At the last minute, we got not so ecological friendly fan, but it just was because of the heat and delivery time. We built this Congress for help researchers to discover, to connect, to grow, so to get tools, also new ideas, new partnership, new funding opportunities. At the end of the conference guide, you have a summary of some of the funding tools that you can find at the EU, national, and regional level. So thank you again for the Cellules Mutualisées Europe research from CNRS, INSA, University of Tours, and University of Orléans, who helped organize some of this workshop, for all the people who gave testimonies, because we wanted not only to know the theory about these funding schemes, but also testimonies from people who got this project, and the do and the don't, and what to avoid, and how to be more successful. The pressure is getting high at EU level, but let's try. A very strong focus was on young researchers. And again, we tried to provide some guidance and how to find job opportunities and long-lasting collaborations. And thanks again for the early career researchers from here, but also people that were very much involved, like Thomas Holland. I don't know if he's in the audience, but some of you were so active providing ideas and activities for young researchers. So thanks again. I see you there. At the end of the day, we can have great instruments, we can have a lot of money, we can have great ideas, but what matters is the people. So that was very important for us to create opportunities for you to connect, to discuss. That's a way to learn from others, to connect with the people you want, to avoid some others. But that's what we tried, because at the end, that's the only thing that counts. I'm just taking my little notes because I'm going to forget something. Yes, I don't have my glasses, but along the way, sometimes we even make friends that looks very weird from the outside world, because that may be friends that we see only once every 3 years at a conference. They are just living on the other side of the planet. But along the way, you meet long-lasting friends. You meet also people that just change your life, that impress you, that blow you away. They can be mentors, it can be inspiring scientists, or just amazing human beings coming from very different cultures and countries. So we tried in many ways to build this connection that can be so impactful. And we should never forget that we are lucky because we constantly meet and work with people from very different backgrounds, history, cultures, and countries. Diversity is not only open our eyes to a full, inspiring, and exciting world, but it also reminds us, in a world that goes in a total different directions, that we should be ambassadors of this diversity. We should take care of it, and as human beings, we necessarily connect with this diversity. We should also fight for equity, not only fighting for equal rights between women and men. It goes beyond gender. Building a safe and respectful environment benefits all. So thanks again to our allies and all participants for being part of it. Inclusion starts with intention. Belonging comes through action, and it's in the end of us organizing, but also all of you. So thanks again to the allies and to my LGBTQIA+ fellows, young and older. Thank you for helping increasing visibility and awareness. Fight is still on. Never be ashamed. Be who you are and be proud of you. So either as an older scientist, either as a woman, either as a gay person, it's important to try to be a role model and to provide help and support to people who need it. The funny thing is that for a very long time, I always told my friend, I should have gone into plant sciences because in plant sciences there are so many gays. But in my field, I'm the only one. And I'm so glad that I was wrong.
So now it's going to be the time to hand out to the next ECE Congress, and we're going to call to the stage people who are going to organize this in Valencia, Spain. And what Spain means to me is a lot, because my husband is Spanish and my children grow more when they go to Spain, but they don't go to Valencia side, they go all the way to Galicia, which is really almost the first way you can go from Valencia, which is like going from Lille to Marseille, maybe. And, but I have very fond memories in Valencia. This is a picture that we took in the city center of Valencia with the Insect Doctors network. And really, I encourage you all to come to Valencia in 4 years because it's going to be a great moment. I'm sure that the team is going to welcome us like kings and queens and queens. And princes and princesses. It's going to be great. I've been to conferences in Valencia, and the food is fantastic too. So, you know, it's not going to be coming down from France. It's going to be just as great. So, Salva, please come to the stage. And Christina, please, Christina and Salva.
So with such ambassadors, everything is easier. So thank you for waiting until the end and to give us the opportunity to invite you to join the next European meeting on entomology. So we are happy to host. It's been a difficult decision, but yeah, I think we are obliged to keep the legacy of this and previous EC meetings and try to generate a community of European entomologists. So I'm going to be very brief, so don't worry about that. So I just want to present you the city, the venue, and who is going to be in charge of this kind of activities. And so this is a very simple. So for those that are not familiar with Valencia, it's on the east of Spain. So it's, you can see there, it's a middle-sized city that is still friendly with locals and also with the tourists, and it's still manageable. So it's a nice city. It has a very good connection with more than 100 direct flights with the main cities in Europe, so I think it's going to be easy for you to reach the city. And also it's a nice place to be. It's one of the green capitals in Europe, so we got the stamp about 2 years ago, and this is based on the fact that we have a 9-kilometer linear park that crosses the city and vertebrates the city. And also just 10 kilometers away from the city, we have the natural park that is called the Albufera, and being entomologist, I'm sure that you will like to enjoy those ecosystems, and you will see that it's a nice place to go. And for those bird watchers, this is a landmark to be there. So the venue is already arranged, so the meeting is going to be on the Valencian Conference Center that is just 10 minutes taxi or public transportation from the airport, so it's very convenient. So it's surrounded with hotels and many different accommodation types, so it will be easy for you to have a walking distance from the conference. It's also walking distance from the city center, from the downtown, so you can also go, okay, it's 30 minutes, and maybe June is not the best moment to go on under the sun for 30 minutes, but yeah, in the evening, when you get back to the hotels, probably it will be a nice walk. In any case, there are trams and buses that they go very often to that area. More things about the organization. So I think it's too early to have a program or a scientific committee, but at least we have intentions. No? And our intention for the scientific committee is to be diverse, but diverse in broad range. So we want to be multidisciplinary, to be able to include visions from many different countries, because sometimes some of the European countries take the power of this kind of events. I think it's the time to broaden and try to broaden it, and also in the intergenerational view, I think we need young people to get more involved on all these things, and I think we are going to work hard to make it like that. So for the social program, basically, the idea is to build a community, so most of the activities will be directed on that direction, and I think we got a good example from this conference, and I think there are many things that we can copy and use as an ideas to promote this community feeling on the entomology side. Then, who is going to take care of that? So basically, Cristina Crab and myself as a co-chair, so we will share most of the drama as you did, but also the happiness of the, well, good job, no? But yeah, we are going to have support from our research group in Valencia, in the University of Valencia. We are a big group, so we can contribute to the organization. And also Valencia is a node for entomology, so we have many colleagues and already friends that they work on entomology on the region that they are already going to support and contribute to the organization. And we have research institutions, but also universities in that area. So with that, I will just leave a video. So I try to avoid the classical video of music, dancing, and people enjoying the city. So I just give a small view from the air of the location and the city, just to give you a taste and confirm what I'm trying to promote here. So if you see on the map on the left of the screen, when the image starts, is the conference center, and then it will go the video just to show one of these parts that vertebrate the city, that is an old riverbed, it's 9-kilometer riverbed that is been transformed in a park and that vertebrates the city. You can also see the entrance to the downtown. Now you will see the towers, I think. Yeah. So it's a medieval city with a lot of historical elements that it could contribute to spend time there and enjoy the city center, but also we have a modern part of the city that probably you know because it has some iconic architecture that you will go through now. Was a bit faster on my laptop. But I don't know if you know the City of Art of Science, that is a modern and contemporary architecture that is one of the most iconic places in Spain, I would say, and I think it gives you touristic opportunities. Also, you have an aquarium, you have a lot of activities there, and of course, we are on the Mediterranean side, and we have long beaches that people that likes to go to the beach, for sure they will enjoy the pre-meeting and probably the after meeting. So there are long beaches and there are many clubbing activities, also restaurants on that area that it could contribute to make a nice memories for that meeting that we are going to organize. So I hope to see you all in Valencia in 4 years. I know it's a long way, and some of you may be retired, and some of you are still thinking what is going to happen after the PhD, but yeah, we hope see you there, and we already have the web page ready, so it's just the basic information, but you can register to get updated on all the information on the evolution and the progress of the organization. So I hope to see you there, and thank you.
Thank you, Cristina and Salva, and we wish you luck, and you will need some energy, but be sure we will be here to help you out. But to help you also, we have a little something for you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, and
We are almost finished, so let's go back to the presentation. Since the edition in Greece at Heraklion, there is a specific partnership between the European Congress of Entomology and the International Congress of Entomology. Elizabeth has very strong connection with Spain, and myself, I have very strong connection with the next country that is organizing the ICE meeting in 2028, which is in South Africa. I know you're gonna hate me for that, sorry. But that's the country that changed my life and made me a father, and that's completely, changed my life. And 15 years later, we have traveled worldwide. That's one of the pictures in the European Congress of Entomology in Naples and the International in Kyoto. And I'm so proud of the young adults that you are becoming. Thank you. So I hope we can go back to South Africa after so many years and travel around together. Thanks to everyone who contributed to this amazing conference. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to let the South. So please welcome the organizer of the South African Congress.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ian Patterson, and I'm one of the two co-chairs of the ICE 2028 Congress. And I'm here to invite you all to join us for the 28th International Congress of Entomology, which will be held between the 17th and the 21st of July in 2028 in South Africa. It will have been 20 years since the last ICE Congress was held on the African continent. And this time, we want to invite you for the very first time to the beautiful city of Cape Town, right at the tip of the continent, for ICE 2028. So the symbol, the logo that we've chosen for our Congress is a tenebrionid beetle. In Africa, we call it a tok-toki beetle. And these beetles tap their abdomen on the hard ground to communicate with each other. And if you tap at the right frequency, you can draw these tok-toki beetles towards you. So we're hoping that this tok-toki symbol draws you to Cape Town for this Congress. And you can see that there's a silhouette of Table Mountain as a nod to the host city in the abdomen. So the ICE Congresses are generally the largest entomology congresses globally. They cover all the different themes of entomology. The last Congress was absolutely brilliant. It was held in Kyoto in Japan. There were over 4,000 people at the Congress from over 80 countries. So it's an opportunity to interact with the global researchers in entomology and with diverse different fields. But don't be overwhelmed by the large numbers. Similarly to this conference, there's lots of parallel symposia in a small, intimate setting that'll give you the opportunity to interact with your sub-discipline and to meet all the right people that you need to meet, but also interact with this huge and diverse group of entomologists from all over the world. The Congress will be hosted by the African Association of Insect Scientists and the Entomological Society of Southern Africa. As the two largest entomology societies on the continent, we're partnering together to try and bring you a really, truly African experience and to showcase Africa to the world. It will be held at the Cape Town International Convention Center, which is the largest convention center in Africa. And it's a world-class facility with huge exhibition space, with some very large venues for the plenaries where we want to draw very large crowds, and a whole host of different smaller venues where we will have these smaller intimate symposia. It's 20 minutes from Cape Town International Airport that's connected to all of the major hubs around the world. And if you're coming from Europe, which many of you will be, you will not get any jet lag, which is a big bonus. And there's ample accommodation within walking distance of the convention center at every different budgetary requirement. The best thing about it is that it is in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's right near the V&A waterfront, which is a globally renowned tourist attraction. It's kind of like the tourist hub for Cape Town and the broader area. And that's walking distance from the convention center. Yeah, and it's framed by Table Mountain. It's just an absolutely wonderful place to be. The theme for the conference is Entomology for a Better Future. With the rapidly growing population predicted over the next few years in Africa and in many parts of the developing world, we're going to need entomology for managing diseases, for food security, for conservation, and for driving innovation. And at this wonderful ECE Congress that we've just had, it's abundantly clear from the amazing plenaries, talks, and workshops that entomology is going to be essential in making a better future for this whole planet. So we've divided the scientific program into these 19 different scientific sections. They cover every theme of entomology that you can think of. We've already got global experts who have been kind enough to volunteer to run each of these different scientific sections. And we are hoping to get between 5 and 10 symposia within each of these 19 scientific sections. And the call for symposia is going to be coming out over the next couple of months, so please don't miss out. You can register your interest by scanning that QR code or going to our website at www.ice2028.com, and that little orange button in the top right-hand corner we'll let you give us your email address, your name, and then we'll be able to send you updates about this conference so that you don't miss out. And with that, I've got a brief promotional video, which does have singing and dancing and people having a good time in it. I would just like to thank the organizers of this wonderful conference and invite you all to the 28th International Congress of Entomology in Cape Town in July 2028. Thank you very much.
There is a beautiful symbolism in the Uponotwane, a beetle that points the way home. It's in that African spirit of guidance that we'll be exploring how entomology for a better future can provide the solutions our world needs today. We've chosen the Dokdoki as our bridge, and it is a creature that the Xhosa tradition honors for bringing rain and prosperity. It reminds us that our scientific work is deeply connected to the land and the culture here in South Africa.
The Entomological Society of Southern Africa and the African Association of Insect Scientists is excited to host the 28th International Congress of Entomology in Cape Town, South Africa. The conference will take place at the world-class Cape Town International Convention Center, which is within walking distance from various top hotels, accommodation options, and the popular V&A waterfront. Known as the Gateway to Africa, Cape Town is situated within the unique Cape Floral Kingdom with the iconic Table Mountain as a backdrop and the renowned Kirstenbosch Botanical Gardens at its feet, surrounded by the historic Cape winelands of the Western Cape. Stay longer and experience more of the undeniably spectacular land and seascapes, celebrated game reserves, vibrant cities, and cultural heritage sites for which South Africa is famous for.
ICE 2028 will cover all of the themes in entomology globally, but some of the focus themes are going to be the control of vector-borne diseases, integrated pest management for better sustainable agriculture, and also insect biodiversity and understanding the huge amount of diversity we have on this continent and how to protect it.
Really what we're looking at in the entomology of the future is to have these really integrative technologies and approaches that help to address the bigger picture about what's happening in the world around us by focusing on the minute within the body of an insect.
Well, this conference is an opportunity not only for us to bring the best of the best in the world to Africa, to learn from them, but also to showcase what Africa has to offer to the rest of the world.
As #1 convention destination in Africa, Cape Town has extensive experience in hosting leading international conferences, working closely with stakeholders to deliver safe, secure, and successful events. We look forward to welcoming you to the 28th International Congress of Entomology in Cape Town, South Africa.
Don't go. You're also going to need a little bit of energy. I don't want to stress you out, but it's only in 2 years or so. But we're going to be here to help.
Thank you.
So we are really getting to the end. I'm not going to put up again your picture, Zach, sorry.
Well, thank you everyone for having been coming to tour and spending this wonderful time with us. We wish you a safe journey back home, and we look forward to seeing you again in Valencia or in Cape Town, in both. All of you are, of course, welcome to visit IRB at, later on, not next week, or next month, maybe. And of course, there is students, postdocs, visitors, well, all are welcome. Please contact any of us. We'll be happy to engage in conversation, scientific conversation, and friendly conversation in any case. Oh, time to me.
So, none of this would have been possible with the help of others. Like in any part of science, it's all about cooperation. So as she mentioned it, about a year ago, she joined me on this amazing adventure. And so nothing would have been possible without her on my side. And if you want to know what planning and efficacy looks like, here it is. Along the way, Aurélie joined also the boat and tackling issues about funding and administration and logistics with the help, close help of Amélie. So thanks to you. You can stand up. He has been on my side since years now. He's always positive, always organized, always supportive, and most of all, always reliable. Thank you, Simon, and thank you also Esteban, Thomas, Jeremy, who helped for the logistics and the outreach activities. Stand up, please. Behind all of this, there is an extraordinary, amazing, and engaged team. Thanks to all the people at IRB, life can be a bitch sometimes. And it feels so precious, so valuable to be surrounded by people that care so much and that have been so supportive on a professional and a personal level. IRB is such a unique place, thanks to every one of you.
And of course, someone has forgotten it himself again, and that's David. And I think we all need to give him a big hand because he's been absolutely fantastic.
So thanks to everyone who helped running this conference, but everyone that had my back, because for the past month, I was not able to do anything else than organizing conference. So thank you for everyone who helped running the IRB while I was not very available. My sincere excuses to the other Elizabeth. We have been together on the ISSF Erasmus Mundus project, and I haven't been available the last month. So thanks again, and for showcasing this amazing training program. Thanks to all of you and Elizabeth, and all the volunteers that have been putting so much energy and enthusiasm these past months, weeks, and especially this week. All of this happened thanks to all of you, so please come on stage.
Merci aux volontaires. Vous nous avez tous aidés énormément et bien plus qu'on pensait que vous allez le faire. On n'avait aucun doute que vous seriez une équipe formidable, mais vraiment, merci. Thank you, all the volunteers. You've been extraordinary, so helpful. We had no doubt it would be a great, great team, but it's been growing and growing and growing.
And I take the microphone just to say that, you know, it has been a roller coaster in terms of organization, and we all needed good captains and good crews, and luckily we have the Fantastic Four, as it has been said. So there is Aurélie, Elisabeth, Simon, and of course the captain of the captains. I would like to ask a big round of applause to David. So,
For gender equity, we're going to change the color, sorry. If you want to take a picture, feel free. Thank you everyone. You are a great team, and it goes to our heart. Thank you. Thank you. Have a safe trip back. Lunch boxes are at the exit, and thank you for coming and participating. Thank you.